Everyone has been hyped about the European Commission's new draft regulation, the Artificial Intelligence Act. It is the first regulation on AI, but the implications of the act are far-reaching. The scope of the act is not limited to software developers, and it also applies to companies that utilize artificial intelligence tools, and even small startups. According to a 2020 survey by the European Commission, more than 40% of the businesses in Europe reported their use of at least one AI technology. In addition to that, companies outside the EU are also in the scope of the regulation if their systems are used within the EU. So it is a very important act and will impact businesses everywhere around the world. It is very likely that following the passing of the act, many countries will start drafting similar AI regulations to match European standards. We have seen a similar pattern on privacy laws as well. So which technologies are covered under the Act as an AI system? As per the Act, and follow me while I count, an AI system is a software that is developed with machine learning, logic programming, inference engines, or statistical estimation, and that can generate outputs such as content, predictions, recommendations, or decisions influencing the environments they interact with. As you can see, the Draft Act takes a comprehensive view of what qualifies as an AI system. Therefore, it will have implications on a wide range of use cases, from chatbot to self-driving vehicles, from credit scoring technologies to job application sites, and from university admission processes to healthcare spending allocation. The draft regulation follows a risk-based approach. What I mean by that is that the riskier an AI tool is, the more stringent rules will be applying. In that regard, the law assigns AI system into 4 layers. The first layer, the most stringent one, is the applications and systems that create an unacceptable risk. AI systems under the first layer are prohibited due to the risk they impose on individuals. A few examples of unacceptable AI systems include government-run social scoring systems or applications that are used to manipulate society. For example, the social rating system used in China would be prohibited. Also, face recognition algorithms that identify people in public places in real time are prohibited, except for some specific use cases. The second layer of AI systems is high-risk systems. The use cases for high-risk systems include CV scanning or employee assessment tools that rank employees or job applicants. AI tools for university admissions or exam evaluation tools are also categorized as high-risk systems. All these applications can be developed and sold, but they will be subject to certain bias testing requirements, and companies will have to comply with the framework provided by the Act. Also, companies will have to maintain continuing organizational oversight for these high-risk systems. Finally, there are minimal or no-risk applications that are left unregulated. The only requirement for them is that they need to notify individuals that they are interacting with an AI tool. The next question is, who is going to enforce this regulation? The draft regulation proposes the establishment of a new enforcement body at the union level, the European Artificial Intelligence Board. And the board will be supplemented by national supervisors from each member state. As you can tell, this is a very similar mechanism to the oversight mechanism established by GDPR. Therefore, we might expect the enforcement bodies to be proactive in implementing the regulation similar to the GDPR. It is the right time to mention also that the fines for violating the rules are pretty high, up to 6% of global income, or 30 million euros for private entities. So what are the potential consequences of the Act? Obviously, if the Act passes, which doesn't seem too distant, compliance with the Act will cost companies a lot of money. Companies will start making initial audits about which of their products or services will be subject to the Act. After the initial audit, they will develop an implementation program to document that they actually comply with the regulation. And these processes will increase the demand for people with cross-disciplinary background and create new job openings. Moreover, new policies and procedures will be created, and companies will have to review and modify their agreements with vendors and customers to allocate responsibilities. The overall process might even include preparing training programs to ensure the responsible use of AI systems across the enterprise. There is this great book by Jamie Susskind, Future of Politics or Living Together in a World Transitioned by Tech. The book explains the impact of artificial intelligence on our lives perfectly. Susskind points out that we generate more data now than we did throughout the history of humankind before 2000. It means that when data is collected, processed, and sorted, those who own it and control it will have an insight into our everyday lives beyond anything that anyone in the past could ever have dreamed of. It impacts what we think, what we care about, how we feel, where we go, what we buy, what we do, and who we associate ourselves with. Our data leaves a trail of these things, which offers a window into our soul, both individually and collectively. It means those who have control over the most powerful digital systems in the future will increasingly have control over the rest of us. Therefore, I am very happy to see that the Act is coming, and it is going to be a crucial step in ensuring that AI is developed and used in a responsible and ethical manner.